On the banks of the Mississippi River, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, a storied venue, and soon the fog will rise off the Big Muddy, and will it also bring a victory for the beloved Bayou Bengals. Tiger Stadium, home of LSU. And the Wolverines will kick it away first. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. A first down for the offense. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. He's going to pass. Taking a shot on the first play. Oh, he can't hang on to the football. A big play sitting right there for the taking, and they can't get it done early in this one. One of the offshoots of expansion, particularly in the Big Ten, was how viable could the ACC remain, and it just sort of ramps up the stakes when they meet on the field.
Yeah, I think all of this conference realignment, all the money talk, the loss of rivalries, but it's the haves and the have-nots. And let's be honest, the SEC and the Big Ten are the big two gorillas, right? Anytime you can make a statement and dent these two big powerhouse conferences, go do it.
I think the ACC, too, is going to play with a chip on its shoulder. Back in conference realignment, it was the best four programs from the Pac-12 that all chose the Big Ten and not the ACC, so this one will be interesting.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Makes a connection. Hit the afterburners, kid. He's at the 10. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. These running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy showed you right there, a difficult guy to stop now if you're this defense moving forward.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Wants to throw on first down. He's going to take a shot right away. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on first down. Second down coming up.
Well, you got to love that if you're on defense, because you were able to affect the quarterback with pressure, and you only rushed 3 guys. Well done.
Couldn't connect on first down. Now back to the air. Knocked off his feet. The Wolverines want to pick up the tempo. On the run, it's Webb. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
This is an interesting decision now for the head coach. You're trailing very early in the game. There's a lot of football left. But you're in a situation where you could go for it here and try and answer after your defense gave up that touchdown on the opening drive.
So on their first drive of the game, they're going to roll the dice a little bit and go for it on 4th down in their own territory. Try to get it on the ground. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Aggressive. You want to be aggressive. You want to take chances, and you tell your team about it all week, and you come out and you get an opportunity in the first half to go for it on 4th down. You shot your shot. The problem is now you put your defense in a bad situation early in this game where you're going to have to try to find a way to get a stop and create some momentum.
He'll come out throwing on first down. Fires toward the end zone. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
You hear about shot plays all the time. Offensive coordinators love to take deep shots down the field. They plan them. They plan when they're going to do them. And I bet you we'll plan to see a few more throughout this game.
After the quarterback and receiver couldn't connect, it's 2nd and 10. He'll keep it himself. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Really, really nice football play. Man, I got to understand option football. I got to play my responsibility, make sure that I know what I'm doing. And look at the linebacker. Great job doing that. Staying patient, getting to the quarterback, making the big tackle.
To the air, it's Farrell. Might be looking to run. He'll try to do it himself. Not a lot of room there. He'll pick up a few before he's forced out of bounds. And now on 4th down, they'll try a field goal. And they weren't able to get him in the middle of the field, so now a 49-yarder from the right hash. Oh, no good. And the margin is still 7 after the miss, guys. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again here.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those 4th down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession for you.
Right back to the well. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down. And the Wolverines want to crank the tempo. Those who stay will be champions, so said Bo Schembechler, and those who keep it on the ground churn out first downs.
Yeah, it's because it's a way of life, right? It's that physicality. It's going to be hard in practice all week. When you're at Michigan, it's going to be grind. It's going to be physical. That's who they are. They won't compromise. And if you get to stick around, here recently, a lot of success, too.
On the move to his left. Fires on the move. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
I'm not trying to catch the ball as a defensive back all the time. I'm just making sure you don't catch it. Great job getting the deflection, fight through the hands, make sure he can't put his hands together to try to catch that football.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Blasted as he lets it go. Pass on the way, it's kicked off. Didn't let him get loose on the return, but he'll take it as they have the ball at the 47.
And that's such a great job of seeing the play, seeing it unfold, breaking on the football, making the interception, and you will absolutely never forget getting that first career INT, that big play, that big moment.
Give to the running back. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
I like it. Just frustrate the defense. Get that 5 to 6 yards. Make them honor the run. Make them know that you're willing to run the football and run it effectively.
The play action fake. And the pressure was in his grill in an eyelash.
I personally love aggressive defense. I love it. Bringing the strong safety down, blitzing that sucker in there to get the quarterback. Boom. Get that guy on the ground. Nice aggressive play call by the defense.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. He makes the grab. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
LSU will bring the punt team on the field. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Guys, here come those maize and blue wing helmets on offense. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said.
He's got it down the left side. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line.
Well, the defense can't afford to give up too many big plays like that. That was a simple day one go route. A guy just running straight down the field. You need your DBs to get to that football and swat that thing away. You give up too many more of those.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. And that ball is intercepted at the goal line. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
On first down, here comes this offense. Here's the handoff. Found just enough running room. He picks up 4 to the 15.
Nice run there on first down. You know this is a running back that gets better as the game goes on. So they're going to want to make sure they keep feeding him the football, let him get lathered up.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Looking downfield, it's Farrell. Pocket starts to collapse. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, we're only in the first quarter, but already this defense is making their presence felt. We've seen time and time again their ability to rush the passer and get hits on this QB. His toughness is going to get tested.
Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. From the gun, wants to pass. Quick strike complete. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down.
Defenses throughout the week study every 3rd down situation. You've got to be ready for what they do, how they do it, and then be able to adjust. Great job by the offense so far having success.
From the gun, they'll try the middle. He'll push his way out to the 30, a pickup of 3.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so he can break some of those big runs. But I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Fast motion from the offense. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run up to the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the inside.
And I like the aggressiveness on 3rd and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's 4th and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
The offense with a major gamble here, going for it inside their own 40. They're throwing for it on 4th down. The completion well past the sticks. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on 4th down.
That's the end of the first quarter with the score LSU 7, Michigan 0.
First down to start the drive after the break. Looking downfield, it's Farrell. He uncorks one deep. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
And there's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, he wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
Couldn't make the connection on first down. Now here on 2nd. He's looking to throw. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
This really has been a Jekyll and Hyde story for this quarterback. His last game out, he completed over 80% of his throws, but things just not going his way in this one. You've got to give the defense a ton of credit.
Quarterback will audible. Looking to throw it again. He wants to take the top off. It's complete. He gets it in. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals.
Really nice job working the route, getting himself open, and was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And the extra point makes it 14-0. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Gentlemen, it has gone final in that top 25 matchup we've been keeping a close eye on. Georgia somehow, some way found an edge between the hedges and picked up a much-needed victory. It wasn't a masterpiece, but let's be honest, it wasn't a loss either. Really unexpected outcome in this ranked-on-ranked matchup. The type of loss, guys, that'll get the attention of even a good football team.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. At the 40, there he goes. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. The Wolverines want to move quickly.
Well, on that one, they decide to attack the left outside on the ground. And you see the speed by the ball carrier there. He's picking up a huge chunk of yards.
And I can't imagine any reason they wouldn't just run that play again.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Why not just go back to the well one more time?
Didn't connect last time. Let's see if they throw it again on second down. Snapped it in the shotgun. Makes the grab over the middle. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. They turn to the passing game on third and short. Fires to the big fella. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs.
And had they not picked up that first down, it would have been decision time for the head coach, right? You're kind of in no man's land on the fridge. Are you trying a long field goal? Are you going for it on fourth down? But because of the execution there and the nice throw, let's keep this drive going. Let's see if we can get 6.
And that will go backwards. A negative play, and that defense on high alert that time.
Love the awareness by the defense here. They're trying to get the running back the ball in space, but the defense was expecting it. They had guys in position. They located the football, and they went and gang tackle.
On second down, looking to throw. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
It's hard throwing in the pocket, man. You got bodies and 300-pound dudes falling all over the place. They're trying to hit you. That time, the pressure got to him, and it forced the incompletion.
7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking to buy time. And not much going on downfield. He'll just get rid of it and live to play another down.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're third and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Fair catch, called for and made. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They've jumped on them, executing at a high level and up 14-0, David.
This is the exact start you want. And the offense is playing great. Defense has gotten stops. You're in a position now, Palmer, to put the hammer down and get a 3-possession lead.
I'm really impressed with their physicality on both sides of the ball early in this one. They've been winning in the trenches. So here on offense, keep running the football and show your dominance.
The give to the lone running back. He kept those legs moving, got 3 out to the 19.
Oh, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. Dropping back, it's Farrell. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
Well, obviously, at this point in the first half, the defense is finding themselves in a hole. You just get the feeling if they're going to get back in this, they're going to need more plays like that. They're going to need sacks. They're going to need turnovers. They're going to have to create negative plays to get themselves some momentum.
Well, they finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time. Looking for the end zone. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
I think when you go through these progressions as a quarterback, you want to find the right guy to throw to, obviously. I didn't think he was the right guy. I didn't think he was really that open. And listen, he sailed and he overthrew it, but I might have surveyed the middle of the field a little bit better there.
The incompletion leads to 2nd and 10. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Now the play fake. Unloads to the right. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
Man, that's a big missed opportunity for the running back. I'm trying to find ways to feature this guy and get him the football in space and not just hand it to him all the time. And tell you what, I'm a lot less likely to find those plays if he can't reel in those catches.
They want to run this quarterback. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the 1st down marker. And the Wolverines in the hurry-up. They'll immediately call timeout.
Timeout, Michigan.
Despite failing earlier on 4th down, they will try again here. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Looking to the big tight end. Incomplete pass, and the defense comes up big, and they take over.
And that is a big-time drop right there. 4th down, opportunity to catch it, maybe get the 1st down. That is tough to swallow, but as a QB, I got to walk over to him and say, listen, dude, we're going to need you later on. I still believe in you.
Running with power. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Brings up 2nd down.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Wants to throw. It's Farrell trying to get to him. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
Can't rest on your laurels as a quarterback. We know how much success he had last game when he completed over 70% of his throws. This game, though, he's just a little bit off. At times he looks like he's pressing. He hasn't been overly accurate, and that's the reason why he's completing somewhere around 50% of his passes.
He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down.
Just beautiful, and that's a great feeling as a quarterback when you make that throw. It keeps your offense on the field, keeps the offense in rhythm. Obviously not as good as throwing a touchdown pass, but I'll tell you this, way better than having to trot off over to the bench and wait for your turn to get another shot.
Just couldn't get away from the tackle. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Looking to pass on 2nd down. Going to take a shot. And it's picked off. And he will step out of bounds, but what a play to get the ball back for his offense.
And that's just excellent coverage. Man, cover one, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board, and you still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open, and if I'm the QB, man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it in the tight windows if it's not there. He throws it, unfortunately, gets the interception. Bad decision by the QB there.
He's got his man.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes, too. He is a versatile back.
Got some of the work done on first. Now let's see what they have on second down. Getting some heat. They'll run the screen. Puts him in the spin cycle. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. Lots of good stuff on that play. You slow down the rush, you get a completion, and you move the chains.
And most importantly, you're right. You don't force a short yardage situation that you have to get. Nice job. Invite that run.
Fires one high and deep. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
Yeah, and I don't know what happened. He didn't look open as it is, and the QB's trying to make a play, trying to force the ball, but at least he threw it where his guy could catch it or nobody could catch it.
Here comes the offense on second down. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Right on target this time. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. He wants to throw it again. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
Well, the offense is in that fringe area. This is a place where a lot of coordinators like to take shots. They tried one there, just weren't able to come up with it.
Feeling some heat. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
And listen, the quarterback drops back, and he's going through his progressions. We see zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This defensive line, this pressure, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. The throw. And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Man, you usually don't see quarterbacks make mistakes when they have that much time to throw the football. Usually it's off of pressure. It's somebody in their face and somebody hitting them while they're throwing the football. Coverage in the back end was beautiful, creating the big INT.
He lets it fly. Underneath toaster coverage, got it deep downfield. And they explode on that one, and they've got it down to the 22.
And that's why this guy's a complete running back. He's good between the tackles, he can pass block, but he can also run routes. And we're not just talking about screens or swing routes. This guy gets vertical down the field, and he can run the route tree.
An explosive play takes them right outside the red zone, and they've got it 1st and 10. Leaves it with the back. A strong tackle and wrap-up from the junior. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll go right back to it. And he doesn't find much running room. A short gain on the play. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Already in field goal range, but now trying to convert this 3rd and long from the 20. Running to the left. Can't get him to the ground. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. And in the final seconds of the first half, they'll send out the field goal unit. He'll line it up from 34 yards out. It is perfect. And now the lead's extended a little further. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. LSU ready to boot it away and open this second half. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. They come into this third quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by piece. I know this is coach speak and very simple. I score. I get a stop. I score. I can get back in this game, but it's got to be one drive at a time.
It's going to have to be, but I think the mindset offensively is we're probably going to have to score every time we get it because our defense has been struggling. They have not been getting a lot of stops. So this is a critical drive here for this offense.
Line gets set, first down. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Gets the nose of the ball to the 25, give him one.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physicaled. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
They're trying to get to it. Trying to get rid of it. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down.
Well, at this juncture in the game, with how the scoreboard looks, no question this offense is going to have to throw to get back in the game, and it's going to be tricky now because the defense is expecting it. You're going to throw into a lot of big zone coverages with everybody's eyes on the quarterback. Not going to be easy.
They stopped him after a short game, probably just wanted to mitigate the losses with fourth down coming. The Wolverines will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Makes a move. Returns like that are why you don't settle with a fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the Oaks. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake, but maintain your aggressive play calling.
Yeah, no doubt. I think it's the play caller right now just taking a look at that script he's got in front of him and finding out where are my playmakers, who can we take advantage of on this defense to get a touchdown here, Dave.
Yeah, and just keep moving the ball down the field. Just execute a little bit better in the red zone. There's no need to panic. We're moving the football, and we got the lead.
The give to the back. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
That didn't bust for a long one, but now third down becomes very manageable. It's not third in eternity. Now the whole playbook, the short passing game, long passing game, all of it's available.
Back to pass, it's Farrell. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. LSU right back to the line. On fourth down, they'll throw for it. Complete, out of the backfield, looking for the sticks. And he unleashed the RPMs on that pass. Man, this sophomore has an arm. LSU getting set on 1st and 10. The give on the inside. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, there's a statement by the defensive line. First down play, expecting run, and they just dominated up front. Beat their one-on-ones and forced a tackle for a loss.
He's got it again. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing.
Ball's at the 27. It's third and short. Can they avoid making that fourth down decision? Looking to throw for it. Good timing on the quick out. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a first down.
You know, as a receiver, it's so critical and important to know where the sticks are. He was able to modify his route so he knew as soon as he caught it, he was just going to have enough to keep this drive alive.
It'll be a draw. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
Draws and screens are a great way to slow down really aggressive pass rushers. It allows their defensive ends and the defensive tackles to run upfield. The offensive linemen kind of push them upfield, go down to the next level, try to sneak in a big play.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. They're trying to extend this already long drive. The 9th play is a 3rd and 3. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, LSU! And the stomping has commenced. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5?
I definitely like being the quarterback coach with this guy because he makes me look good. I mean, he makes me defend the whole field as a defense and all the weapons and all the options, and then he can do that. He can take it himself, glide into the end zone, and get 6.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll call for the fair catch here. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. They face a pretty tall mountain here, Jesse, down 24, but if they're going to climb it, this is a good time to start.
Sense of urgency's got to be big right here. You just get the feeling at this point of the game, David, they've got to score on this drive. Obviously, their defense needs to get stops, but at this point, offensively, they've got to execute much better.
They got to be super aggressive. Down 24, you're going to need 3 touchdowns, 3 two-point conversions, everything to kind of go your way. So fast and throwing the football.
You know, they pride themselves on being physical at the point of attack, dominating at the line of scrimmage. Nice job there picking up the first down.
Off play action on first down. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. Unleashes one. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
Well, I love the effort by the quarterback, right? Gets a little bit of pressure. He's able to scramble to his right, extend the play, and he tried to take a shot deep down the field, just not on the same page with his intended target.
Going to the ground. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. And the Wolverines headed quickly to the line. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. And the interception was enough. The return made it even better as he gets it down to the 48-yard line. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. The give to the back. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5.
Get set.
They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Line getting set on 2nd down.
29 filling. 2
He'll do it himself. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
They're trying to go option, and they're trying to put that defensive end in a bind, but he's just way too athletic, and he guessed right. The quarterback was keeping the ball. He knew it and was able to make the tackle in the backfield.
And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. Looks as if LSU will line up to punt it away.
To kick it away.
Great contact on that ball as it just hangs up in the sky. No return coming here. Fair catch is signaled for and made just shy of the 30. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
That's a first down for the offense.
They'll throw it on first down. Finds the tight end. And that is good versatility there and a big hit from the backer in pass coverage. After that last completion, it's second down. Looking for space, it's Webb. And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense. The Wolverines racing to the line in the hurry-up. Muscling ahead on third and short. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line. And the Wolverines are moving quickly down the field. They'll throw it on first down. Grabbed behind the line. It's Webb. And they make the tackle, but it'll be enough for a first down, and we'll see if they get another playoff here in the third.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, LSU 24, Michigan 0.
The Wolverines come to the line with a new set of downs. Quickly complete. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. Third down. To the ground to try to move the chains. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Michigan!
Number 20.
Well, somebody's been doing their box jumps.
You ain't lying. Getting up in the air. Hey, listen, I'm taking a picture of that, saving it. That might be my screensaver on my phone. That vertical way up in the air.
Almost had the completion. Just missed it. They're down big, but they'll keep fighting to the bitter end and line up for the onside kick here. They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it would...
Fires deep toward the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers! And the pummeling has started. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
There's no mercy rule in college football, man. They've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter. They are still chucking it, and they are still scoring.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
A bit of an under-the-radar game this week, guys, but take a look at this. Florida is currently ahead on the scoreboard, but it's clear Tim Tebow's not out there, and because of that, I don't see a blowout today in the Swamp. They're up by 7 over Washington. We've got our eye on things here and everything else going on right now, and any updates, we'll see them here, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Looking to go up top on first down. Pressure coming. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
And there's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out in the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, I got to get my feet set, make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on, and I think that you saw that led to a little bit of inaccuracy.
Finds him out of the backfield. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. Corners are walked up tight. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. They get him on the ground, but it's a first down. And the Wolverines will hustle to the line. Well, the head coach said he was going to be aggressive. 4th and 2 is kind of right on that edge, but he goes for it and gets it done.
He said he was going to be aggressive, and he backed it up. That's one thing you want to see. You want to hear your coaches talk, and you want to see them back it up on the field.
This offense will snap it from the 42 on 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. They're bringing heat. They get to him as he throws. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. Couldn't connect on that last play. Now 2nd and 10 from the 42. He's looking to throw. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And that is his 5th interception. If he comes out to try for 6, he'll be lucky. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's pass, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
Power football with the run. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Just a solid stop by this sophomore. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. To throw, it's Farrell. That internal clock just didn't move fast enough, and they get him for a safety.
You could tell the defense smelled it. They knew exactly where they were on the field, put the pressure on him, got him down in the end zone. Safety, baby.
No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field and score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I would have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran it better.
He hurls one deep down the left side. And he makes the grab, but the officials immediately signal that he's out of bounds.
Well, the defense really stepped up in this game. They knew they had to slow down this passing attack. They knew they had some matchups they were going to have to win one-on-one. They've been able to do that, and as a result, they haven't allowed 200 passing yards in this game.
Going back to the well, another deep ball. And he makes the catch inside the 25. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30+.
And that's a first down for the offense.
The jet sweep pass. Got enough space. And he's going to take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines.
Number 5 with the carry.
Lining up to add another. Hit that one with some aggression for the point after. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. They are running out of time here. They need to get the ball back. They'll line up for the onside kick. And no one can get a handle on it. Ball goes out of bounds on the onside kick attempt. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. To the air. It's Farrell. And it's intercepted, maybe breathing a little life into this team. Couldn't find a ton of room on that return, but that small change, they take over at the 43. Looking for a productive play on first down. He wants to throw. He wants a big play here late. Touchdown, Michigan! And they made it to the house where they found that 6 points waiting on them. So, guys, that touchdown was huge, but they have to get the 2 here to make it a one-possession game. From the gun. Now improvising. He's into the end zone for the 2, and we've got a one-possession game here in the 4th. That drive not too taxing on the playbook. One play, put it in the end zone just like that. They're sending out the regular kickoff unit. I know they've got a couple of timeouts, but I don't think there's enough time on the clock to pass on the onside kick. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Guys, you want to be productive here and not go into a shell, but you've got to take care of the ball.
Yeah, and I think you say productive. He's productive at this point in the game is running the clock and getting first down. So, Jesse, I can expect this defense to be aggressive, way up near the line of scrimmage, bringing a bunch of bodies, trying to stop the run.
And that's why it puts a lot of pressure on an offense, David, because you know if you do try to throw the football, it's probably man coverage, you're probably getting blitz, it's going to be into a small window. It is not easy to execute in this situation of the game.
These situations are preached so much in college football. Finishing a game strong, understanding circumstances. They are running the football right at you, trying to keep that clock moving, get a few first downs, and get a W.
They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
And the offense is content with where it is. They'll take a knee. Guys, this is a really good win for this ball club as they put together consecutive victories.